Welcome into NBA Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Chase Senior. It's a pleasure to be with you, and no matter where you are or how you're watching, we appreciate you for making NBA Now a part of your day. Coming up on today's show, we're diving into the latest NBA news and rumors, and here on our main Chat Sports YouTube channel, we've been covering the latest around the NFL, college football, and a little bit of NBA from time to time. But with the NBA trade deadline coming up quickly on February 10th, we're going to start upping our Chat Sports NBA coverage, so make sure you hit that red subscribe button down below. We start off with getting into the latest on Damian Lillard, and he remains steadfast that he wants to stay in with the Portland Trailblazers. And look, I really appreciate his loyalty, but as an NBA fan, an NBA host, and as somebody who covers this league, I really want to see him go to a championship contender because I think it helps his brand, and I think it helps his legacy. But again, do appreciate the loyalty. Now, the Blazers this year, not off to a good start under first-year head coach Chauncey Billups. They're 2-8 in their last 10 games as we record this on Wednesday, and they are 11th place in the West, right on the outside looking in that Western Conference playoff picture. Now, Damian Lillard has played really well the last couple of games, after missing some time due to that abdominal injury that kept him out of the lineup for a few games. But to start this year, he was not good at all. And as I mentioned, he is standing firm and he wants to be a part of the solution, not the problem with the Portland Trailblazers. He wants to turn this franchise around. He was asked recently about these ongoing trade rumors. This is what Damian Lillard had to say, one of the best bucket getters we've ever seen in NBA history. Quote, "My intentions are to be in Portland and to figure it out. I also know that people are going to continue to have these same conversations because it's fun to talk about, but that ish is not accurate. I don't know how many times I got to say it. I sit in the office with Chauncey Billups every day, and we're trying to find solutions. And I am dealing with these people every day that I walk into our practice facility trying to find those solutions. Why would I be a part of trying to find solutions if I'm planning an exit? That is not what's going on." And honestly, at this point, you have to kind of just take what Damian Lillard is saying as truth, because he has remained on this side that he does not want to force a trade out of the Pacific Northwest. Now, I talk about what he's done the last 6 games. To start the year, first couple of months, first several weeks, he was bad, like career low bad. But the last 6 games, he's looked like the player that we've come to know the last several years. 31.5 points per game. He's shooting a little less than 43% from the floor, almost 39% from long range, and he's chucking up about 22 field goal attempts per game. Now, this is without the services of CJ McCollum. It has not resulted in wins for the Blazers, but the good news is for Dame and this fan base and this organization, maybe those signs of regression not happening with Damian Lillard right now. So I say all of this, and I do want to pose a question to the audience. And if you're just tuning in to Chat Sports for the first time, we are all about the audience interaction here at the company. That's a big reason why we have well over 270,000 subscribers on our main Chat Sports YouTube channel. So let me know right now, will Dame finish his career with the Portland Trailblazers? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Get your votes in the comment section. Previously, we would ask a question, do you think Dame is going to get traded? I think we're throwing that out of the window, folks. Unfortunately for us as NBA hoopers, I don't think a trade is going to go down. So is he going to finish his career in Portland? Your opportunity to let me know in the comment section down below. Now, Christmas is only in a few days, so if you didn't get your holiday shopping done, your loved ones, your friends, they're not going to be happy with you. But there's always a built-in excuse. Inflation, shipping times, they've been pushed back. It's all good. You can still get your Christmas shopping in thanks to our friends at Fanatics, and there are a bunch of NBA jerseys on sale if you use that link down below, chatsports.com/NBA jerseys. For all 30 teams, there are a variety of different jerseys, city edition, home, away, different colors, different sizes, different players. We're going to filter through all of these superstar players, but if you like some of those middle tier players as well, we have you hooked up if you use that link down below. It's chatsports.com/NBA jerseys. We're going to put that link in the comments section as well as the description of this video. I always procrastinated growing up with my schooling. I procrastinate sometimes with my holiday shopping. If you're like me, it's all good. You can still get hooked up using that link down below. More NBA rumors. This time, let's shift to Jerami Grant of the Detroit Pistons. According to Mark Stein, there is, quote, a rising belief that Grant could be traded before the NBA trade deadline on February 10th. And I think that contending teams across the association are definitely going to be interested in a player who has really grown his offensive and defensive game significantly over the last several years. And it's not like he's an expiring free agent, right? He has one more year, left on his contract after this year. So on the books, this year and next year, that base salary worth $20.9 million. He's currently out with a thumb injury. He suffered that a couple weeks ago. At the time, that was expected to be about a 6-week injury. So he is nearing a return, not expected to be a long-term injury for a contending team that does want to trade for him if they do indeed decide to pull the trigger. I talk about Jerami Grant really improving over the last couple of years. My goodness. I mean, when he came out of Syracuse, he was such a raw player. He's no longer that. I mean, he's become a very well-rounded cat. 20 points per game this year. He's shooting 41.5%, which isn't great. 33% from distance, which is good considering he never used to take three-pointers early in his career, other than corner threes. And here's what I want to focus on. Almost 16 field goal attempts a night. That is not going to be the case if he goes to a better team. He's on an awful Pistons bunch that relies on him to take a lot of shots. If he goes to a better team, he's not going to be asked to chuck up 16 shots. So his numbers might go down, but his impact could go up because I do believe, considering his two-way impact, he is a winning player. As for some Jerami Grant trade destinations, these are some teams that have been rumored, a list that we've been able to put together on top of some of those most recent reports, and they're all pretty interesting. All contending teams as well. Utah Jazz, Chicago Bulls, Los Angeles Lakers, and the Phoenix Suns. I think any of these teams who trade for Jerami Grant, he'd fit in well. He'd be able to adapt to his role because, like I said, he's a very versatile player. He has been made expendable because of the rising play of the number one pick from the 2021 NBA draft, Cade Cunningham. After a sluggish start to his rookie campaign, he has really started to play better of late. These are his stats the last 18 games, so it's a pretty large sample size. And what I like from Cade after that slow start, never afraid to chuck the ball up from deep. He can get to the hoop, but he can rebound the basketball and he can dish it. This is why my draft comp for him, kind of coming out, was kind of related to Ben Simmons because he can score it, he can rebound it, he can assist, and he has really good size. And I think he has a lot of upside on the defensive end of the floor. But as a rookie right now, last 18 games, 16.5 points per game, little less than 7 boards, 6 dimes, and he's shooting around 40.5%. That field goal percentage I expect to go up over time. And this is why he was my number one player on my top 100 big board. After a slow start, this guy's been awesome. And he has lived up to the expectations of being that top pick. And I think he has superstar written all over him. He just had to get acclimated with the NBA game, and he was coming off a soft tissue injury, so maybe he was a little bit hesitant in terms of just letting it rip physically. So where will the Pistons kind of go, and where do you think that Jerami Grant is going to go if he is traded? You let me know in the comments section right now where Jerami Grant will get dealt. Producer Jeremy, it's all good. We keep it rolling. So let me know where Jerami Grant will get traded to, and be sure to get your destinations in down in the comment section. Next up, real quick, just want to hit this because it's significant news in the Western Conference and for the NBA landscape. A lot of you watching might be wondering, Denver Nuggets, Jamal Murray, torn an ACL last year. When's he going to come back? Not anytime soon, according to head coach Michael Malone. He said this, quote, "The entire training staff is really thrilled about how hard he's working, the progress he's making, but he is still a ways away. I don't want any of our fans out there thinking Jamal Murray is coming back in January or February." So when that's coming from the head coach, he ain't coming back anytime soon. Maybe March, maybe April in time for a stretch run for the playoffs. Jamal Murray tweeting this out on the 18th as we record this during our live show on the 22nd. He wants to get back on the hardwood, man. And how can you blame him? Because before he suffered that torn ACL and in the NBA bubble in 2020, he was making it rain. And he really was a terrific player. I just want to play again, man. Damn. And when Jamal Murray comes back, hopefully he's 100% healthy, he teams up with the Joker, Nikola Jokic. That is a very good 1-2 punch. One of the best in the NBA. And in a wide open Western Conference, really outside of the Phoenix Suns and the Golden State Warriors, the Nuggets can be a problem with a 1-2 punch of Jamal Murray and the Joker headlining that team. They also have a bunch of really good role players as well, even though Michael Porter is out for the year. That contract extension, by the way, considering he's dealt with those back injuries, I didn't like it at the time. I even don't like it now because those back injuries coming back. So with all of that, let me ask you another question. The best team in the NBA right now. Top 2 teams in the West, Phoenix Suns, Golden State Warriors. Pivoting to the East, it's the Chicago Bulls and the Brooklyn Nets. Nets in first place, Bulls in second, but a bunch of other teams, including the Heat, in that mix as well. Man, this is a good problem to have because this year in the NBA been crazy, and it's going to continue to have a lot of parity.